What's going on, guys? Let's talk about sales tips for introverts. Maybe you're somebody watching this and you're like, hey, I would love to get better at sales, but I'm an introvert. Maybe you're somebody who's like, man, all those other people that I watch doing this, Nick and everybody else, they can do it because they're good at sales, but I'm an introvert. Well, first and foremost, let me tell you this, and I know a lot of people, I'm going to say this, you're not going to believe me, but by nature, that is my personality as well. I am way more an introvert than I am an extrovert. And if you catch me in an airport, I ain't talking to you. If you catch me on an airplane, I ain't talking to you. I'm not going up to random strangers and having conversations. You get me on camera about a subject that I know, different story. You personally know me and I see you and I'm in a good mood, different story. But I am very much the same, and I could totally relate to the people that ask the question, what are some sales tips for people that are introverts, for people that this doesn't just come naturally? And I would tell you first and foremost that you should be excited because in my experience, those of us that are more introvert leaning, right? People that if I was given an opportunity, I said, hey, somebody said, hey, you got the afternoon or you got the week, do whatever you want, right? Do whatever you want. It's your time. I would choose to spend it alone. I would literally spend it alone. I have been on vacation by myself. I go to lunch by myself. I very much enjoy being alone. I love driving by myself, not talking. It's just how I get energy. So I can relate, number one, and I will say that a lot of the best salespeople that I know are more naturally introverted. I don't know exactly why that is, but to me, when I think about it, and as I've just studied it, and it's just been something on my mind. I've gone, why is that? I think it's because as an introvert, you don't want to say more than you have to. And so when you're selling, you say the minimum amount of words that you can and still getting your point across. And so it's concise, it's to the point, and it just works better. So first, I just want to say this. Do not be discouraged if you are an introvert, or if I said, hey, or your spouse or your parents or whoever said, hey, you got the afternoon, do whatever you want, and you would choose to do it on your own. Like, oh, I'd go golf by myself. I would go read by myself. Great, me too. That's exactly how I am. So first and foremost, don't be discouraged because that's exactly how I am. And I have figured out how to love sales, okay? So 2 tips that I want to give you if you are an introvert and you are just a little bit frustrated, or you haven't started because you're an introvert and you think that that's going to stop you, is I've got 2 tips. Tip number 1 is whatever you're selling. I don't care if this could apply obviously to rank and rent lead gen, rank and rent digital real estate. This could apply to SEO, could apply to selling software, could apply to selling anything. I don't care if you're selling makeup at the local whatever. Number 1, and this is why it's so important that you own your own business, because if you're working for another company, you're going to have to get really creative, and this is going to be more difficult. But what I have found is that if you will give away first, if you will give away what you are selling for free first, and it is a good product, you will pretty much have the sale wrapped up. The thing is with rank and rent, what I've seen, because when I was doing door-to-door sales, we couldn't give away the alarm systems for free. There's just no way to do that. So we had to get people to a certain level, a certain skill set of sales for them to be able to sell. And sometimes it took weeks, sometimes it took months, right? But with this, I've seen people who have no sales experience, no like sales intuition. They do everything wrong. And within a couple of tries, they're getting deals. And I'm telling you, it's because number 1, they are giving the product away for free to the people who are already buying. And what I mean by that is in my program and the way I teach it is we find people who are already sold on lead generation, people that are already sold on paying for advertising, and we know that they want leads. We go and target those people and we give them free leads in advance. We give them 3 to 5 leads for free before we even ask for a conversation to talk about a deal. And what this allows us to do is it allows us to let the leads do the selling for us, and all we have to do is walk people through the process. So if I was going to go into any business, I don't care if I was like, hey, I'm out, I'm not doing rank and rent lead gen or digital real estate anymore, I'm going to go do something else. I would figure out a way, how do I give this thing away for free? If I was doing supplements, you bet you I'd be giving this away for free. If I was going to be doing fitness training, I would be giving away sessions for free. I would give away, if I'm so confident in what it is that I offer, I would be giving it away for free, because if you can let people taste it, touch it, smell it, feel it, experience it with no strings attached, and you target people who are already in the market for that product or service, it is going to sell itself. As long as you're not selling a BS product. If you're selling a BS product, you're going to fail anyway, so get to a new product, get to a new service, right? But with Rank and Rent lead generation, we're selling exclusive leads. We're working with one company, which is the same thing as exclusive, just so you know. And on top of that, guys, this is something that, like, it's completely different. When people go to a home advisor, an Angie's List, etc., they know they're going to be getting multiple bids. When they come to your website, LasVegasTreeService.com, you are, in their mind, just another company, and they know they're not getting multiple quotes. So it's just a different experience, and the lead quality is so much better. Like, it is insane how many deals these business owners can close if they just answer the phone and do a decent job. So that's my tip number one. Tip number two is get scripted. Know exactly what your process is. Know exactly what you're going to say. Know who you're going to target. Know what cities you're going to target. Know what specific criteria within that city makes it a good city. When you're picking business owners to target, what information do you need to know? How are you going to find that information? What are you going to say when you call them? What's your cold calling script? What exactly are you going to say? When they say this, you're going to say that. When you end that call, how are you going to leave it? Then go to the next. Like, I have every piece of my process so scripted that I know exactly what comes next. And by doing that, it gives you so much confidence that you close more deals. And I've done both. I've been the guy that just shows up on the doorstep or does the phone call, and he's over here and he's over here. And guys, because I have sales experience, I can still close deals that way. The second I realized, hey, if I'll just get disciplined, if I'll get my scripts dialed in, if I'll get my flow dialed in, if I'll get every step of this process dialed in, I am going to be unstoppable. I'm to a point now, I do not lose deals. And if a deal gets lost, I am losing sleep over it, because I know my process so well. I know I should be closing every single person that comes through it. So guys, these are my 2 tips I want to give people that are introverts that are getting into sales, especially those that are like, hey, I want to jump into this business, but I'm terrified because I know I got to sell deals. Guys, that's the part that I can teach. That's the part that I can specialize in, and that I do specialize in. I've been doing it for over 6 years. I've made millions and millions of dollars doing this. I've helped students I've got one student that's doing over $45,000 a month at the time of this recording. So guys, do not let that stop you. I'm out.